So here we have one of these aftermarket radios for an E60 5 Series CCC. I'm gonna open this up with one hand, see what we get inside. Okay, got some USB cable right here. This is the loom. What's this? The camera. This is the camera. We'll leave that off the side. And last but not least, sideways like this. And look at that. Hopefully it's gonna be better than the old school CCC screen. Yeah, I'm excited to install this thing. Wonder how difficult it's going to be. Here we are. Here's the new screen. Hopefully it's got a bit of glare to it. Okay, so we're gonna do the install. First thing I'm gonna do is take off this cover over here. I haven't taken this apart yet, so I'm sure other radios and other cars will have similar steps, but we have to take off this radio here, take off this dash, take out that thing. There's 2 screws up here that you need to take out to take this screen off, and see what we're working with. Probably going to be some screws we're going to reveal underneath here, step by step. Let's do this slowly and get this done. Okay, so yeah, first thing to loosen this top panel off is just put a pry bar in here and just pull it by here. I twisted it like that, or up both ways to kind of just shimmy it out. These vents come out with it. So I loosened that up, and now I have this thing loose. I'm just going along the top ridge and just prying it slowly out this way towards this side. I had to open the door just to clear that. Maybe you don't have to, but just in case. And again, this vent comes out with it as well. Bird's eye view here. There's my coffee. We got this thing loosened up, so you can see it's loose from both sides. So what I'm gonna do here is take off those screws. One, this cable's long enough to come out. It was these foam pads, seals that were just kind of getting in the way when I was trying to take this thing out. You can unhook this thing. There's a little plug back here. You can unhook this thing if you want to. I will probably, just because it's in my way. Okay, so after years of sitting around for a while, these things are kind of like almost glued onto here. You just gotta pry them off. There we go. And that loosens that up. It looks like it's stuck, but again, you just have to pry it off. Okay, so next what we're doing is going around the edges here with a pry tool like this, trim tool, going around the edges and loosening off this panel all the way around here, just moving down until we get this whole panel is one piece, all the way down to there. Okay, so the bottom part's a bit tricky to get in. You really have to pry it out. There are 2 clips, one here, one there. So now I'm just gonna disconnect the clips up here and see what's going on down there. I think there's more clips down there. So I had to move the shifter back to drive. I had to have the key in. Don't have to start the engine or anything like that. You can take this thing out because, you know, it's quite a long little tray over here. When you take it out, I'm just going to leave it hanging like that. When you take it out, put the shifter back, and then you can take out your key so it doesn't drain your battery or ding or whatever. But you can't obviously take the key out until you put the shifter back into park. Won't let you do that. And now I'm going to loosen these bolts, take out the radio, and see what kind of connector we have in the back. Hopefully it's the same one that comes with the radio. It should be, but cross your fingers. I haven't taken this apart yet, so I don't know. To take this out, this little thing swivel upwards. It's already, I swiveled it up. You swiveled it up, and there we go. I'm going to see if the other plug goes in here properly. It looks the same. So up here, these ones are actually T10s, and I just don't even need a wrench for this. You just use the head of a T10. There's one. I'm just gonna take that off by hand afterwards. Now I'm gonna hold on to the screen. This is the original screen, and put it back in the box of the new screen. If it sucks, I'm gonna put this one back, but hopefully it doesn't. Swivel it down. clip on the bottom that catches it. Again, these things swivel as well. There's a little pin here. There's a few of them on the back of the HVAC control and the heated seats or whatever control. There's a little thing that you push in here. There's other ones that look similar to this, and they will work pretty much the same way with these swivel things. You swivel it, you push it all the way down, and then you pull it out. So there's a couple of things I forgot to mention about the installation, and I apologize I don't have the footage, but it's quite straightforward. You plug in the new cable to the back of the radio, but you have to move the fiber optics cable over to this new cable from the original plug, from the OEM plug to the back of the new plug. There are two round plugs at the top left of the harness or the plug, the main plug. So that you have to move, then you plug it into the back of the radio. You plug in the original OEM plug to the back of that cable, and then you route some of those new cables over to the back of the new screen. You'll find a path going through this side over here, going up there. It just takes a bit of trickery to get it through, but eventually you'll get it. So that's how I routed mine, and obviously the USB going along there into the glove box. Right now I'm actually connected to it, so right there, that's where it's sticking out. There's a little hole there that I had, so, and then I can just kind of tuck it in on the side here and close that glove box. In the back of the new screen, all you really have to do is plug in just one cable. The other cable, the one that swivels, that one you just tuck away somewhere so it doesn't hit the back of the screen or anything like that. It doesn't rattle or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. That's the entire install. Now there's one cable that was in the back of this new screen. It looks like a ground cable. I just left that unplugged. I did not know where to plug it in, and it doesn't seem to really affect anything. Everything seems to work fine. So that's not an issue. The system settings, I don't understand at all. I don't understand any of the settings there. You got mirror. That setting sounds like it comes from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or whatever. Band video, I don't know what that means. Reverse tracking, display radar, those are the 4 options. You'll have to play a little bit with the factory settings to get the right setup. For example, like I put iDrive controller B to make my iDrive work. For you, it will obviously be different. Play around with that. Some of them might be obvious, other ones are not so obvious. Maybe you'll find a setup that works for you that's slightly different than mine. So there's no point in me telling you how I set mine up, because again, it depends on your cars. There's language settings, which English is fine. Sound settings with a few options there. Equalizer settings, fair enough. System settings, here we got some setups here. If I go to original car, I actually don't know what any of these things mean. No clue what any of these things mean. Maybe I should just disable all of them. Okay, bad video, reverse tracking. I don't know what any of these mean, probably bad translations. Camera, there is no rear camera. Can I disable that? If I go to the backlight, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so the code was 1368. Got that from the screenshot from the product website. I saw exactly this in the screenshot, and I'm like, okay, let's give this a shot. And boom, it worked. So let me switch between a couple of things: boot logo, model selection, and ARM setup. So I'm pretty sure these are all the correct option. Bluetooth switch original car. After loading, something, I can't see what that is. The big one, the CCC iDrive type. Let's try iDrive B. Maybe that, very hard to select these. Maybe that will change things. Boot logo, play around with this, doesn't really matter. And I'm not going to switch to Audi. The CCC E60 6.5 inch full screen. That's the only options I see that are CCC options. 6.5 inch, 86.5 screen. None of them are. This should be the right one. CCC 6.5 inch. So There we go. That's about it for the setup. I'm not going to go into any more details than that. I'll let you guys play around with that. I will be providing a full review of this device in another video, probably posting it around the same time because it's actually done already. Keep an eye out on that. If you really don't care about the install, there are better install videos than this one. You can look at YouTube for those, but not very good review videos out there. So I will provide a review video, a full review, so you kind of understand fully what you're getting when you buy this device. That's going to get posted. I'll try to put a link somewhere here for that, so check that out as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions about the install process or anything like that, please let me know. Send me a comment, and as always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.